3 people are in the hospital after what Madison police call a weapons offense. Coming up, we'll hear from neighbors that woke to the sound of gunfire this morning. Also, with the midterms just 10 days away, former President Barack Obama stopping in Milwaukee to help campaign for Democrats. Plus, we're following the latest from South Korea, where nearly 150 people are reported dead after being trampled during a Halloween celebration. News 3 Now at 6 begins right now. Those gunshots are ringing out early this morning on Madison's east side, with this doorbell camera capturing the sound of at least a dozen gunshots over the course of just 1 minute. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm McKenna Alexander. Madison police say 3 people were rushed to the hospital with injuries this morning. Luckily, we're told that they are expected to survive. Now, according to MPD, it was around 3:30 in the morning when officers were called to a home in the 4600 block of Milwaukee Street. Even though a gun was fired, as heard in that video, Madison police are not yet calling this a shooting, instead referring to it as a weapons offense in a press release. We spoke with a neighbor who says after hearing those shots, he saw people running down the street away from a home.
I was abruptly awoken by a bunch of gunshots, probably 12 or 15, and I looked out the window, saw some people running down the sidewalk and kind of just yelling.
MPD's Violent Crimes Unit is now investigating this incident. Be sure to stick with News 3 Now, as we'll bring you the latest updates on the story as we receive them both on air and online. Turning now to politics. With just 10 days until the midterm election, campaigns are in full swing this weekend, especially here in the Badger State, as former President Barack Obama visited Milwaukee today to support Democrats across the state. Our political reporter Will Keneally joins us now to break down that visit. Will?
So, McKenna, the former president is just the latest in a series of national figures who've come in to campaign for Democrats. We saw a series of Biden administration officials in Wisconsin earlier this week, and the resounding message, the clear distinction between Democrats and Republicans.
The reason I'm here is simple. I am here to ask you to vote.
The last time the former president was at North Division High School in Milwaukee was 4 years ago. He returned today to get out the vote.
I am here to ask you to vote for your Attorney General, Josh Call.
You know, Barack Obama is not on the ballot this year, but a lot of the ideas that he fought for, the policies he fought for, the future he fought for is on the ballot in 2022.
Josh Call there is just one of the Democrats on the ballot this fall, and he framed it as a fight to keep the state moving forward.
Do you want to build on the progress we have made and keep Wisconsin moving forwards? Or do you want to see Wisconsin taken backwards, in some cases way backwards?
And the Democrats are making a case for their party platform up and down, a different tactic from Republicans who've been generally using this election as a referendum on the Biden administration. Among fears over inflation, the current president's approval rating has been underwater in the last year's worth of Marquette polls. But Democrats say that they have the solution.
Who's actually going to do something about it? The Republicans are having a field day running ads talking about it. But what is their actual solution to it?
And this all comes ahead of Election Day, just 10 days away.
And you don't have to wait for November 8th to cast your ballot. You can vote early in person through November 5th here in Milwaukee.
So on the Republican side, gubernatorial candidate Tim Michels touted his plan to expand school choice and said in part that, quote, "I won't accept failure. These kids deserve better than what the establishment has offered them for the last 40 years. This is part of a bigger get-out-the-vote effort for Democrats. And on the Republican side, the RNC announced that they've knocked on close to 1.5 million doors this cycle, which is up from more than 650,000 doors 4 years ago. So both sides are investing a lot of time on the ground game here in the final stretch.
All right, thank you, Will. As Will mentioned, with midterms just 10 days away, City of Madison election officials want you to have faith in the equipment that will be tallying your ballot. The public was invited to the clerk's office today to see that equipment in action, and our Andrew Banstra accepted that invitation.
The machines you put your ballots in don't just show up on Election Day. The city's clerk's office puts them through a rigorous testing process to ensure optimal election security.
So this is the third time we've done it this year. We make sure that for every election that all of the bubbles that get filled in, that they're all being counted accurately. We have our ballot marking devices, which put barcodes on there and making sure that those are counting accurately. We have what's called a test deck, where we have pre-marked test ballots, both on the hand-marked ballots as well as the express vote machine ballots. And we have an anticipated tally on how the machine should be counting the vote. And then so we put those ballots through, we run the results tape. The results tape should match what's on the anticipated tally. If it does, that's all good. If it's wrong, chances are we made an error. We filled out one of the test ballots in a different way than we should have done it. And so we make sure whatever's wrong is corrected, and then whatever is marked is accurately being counted on the machine.
After each and every one of these tabulators is tested, once it's cleared, on Election Day, it's unlocked and it's moved in a moving truck all the way to its voting place. In Madison, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary, feels kind of seasonal out there, right?
It's nice seasonal, let's put it that way. We have plenty of sunshine today. Temperature is a little bit above normal, and it looks like the mild weather will continue. Now, as we take a look at a visible cloud track, you can see toward the end of the frame there, during the day, we had bright sunshine, but notice those clouds starting to creep in from the south across Illinois and southern Iowa as we got close to sunset. You can see on the live view from the Platteville Queen Radio Skycam, those clouds, this is looking in a westerly direction, so you can see those clouds starting to approach from the south, but on Doppler track, not seeing any rain even into parts of central Illinois yet. High temperatures today, very comfortable. 63 Madison, 66 in Janesville. Everybody was in the low to mid 60s. Right now, temperatures are right around 60 in Madison. A few places a little bit cooler, especially to the east. 50 right now in Watertown, but across Dane County, 55 in Middleton, 58 degrees in Deerfield, and 57 degrees in Belleville. Look for skies to be mainly clear this evening. Temperatures will drop off to about 42 by late evening. But later on, we'll see clouds come in. That will keep temperatures up tonight. We'll see cloudy skies for tomorrow. I'll let you know if we can expect any rain in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Gary. Turning to some health news now, it's been found that 1 in 4 people over the age of 25 will have a stroke at some point in their life. Stroke experts at Gunderson Health System are sharing ways to help prevent them, as today is World Stroke Day. Bethany Gertler, a registered nurse and Gunderson Stroke Program Manager, says high blood pressure and smoking are two of the largest controllable risk factors.
Controlling your blood pressure and making sure that's within normal range is one of the biggest things that we can do to help reduce our risk of stroke. Another thing that's a huge risk for stroke is smoking. So by reducing smoking or stopping smoking altogether.
Experts at Gunderson add, going for your regular exam with a primary care provider is important, as they can monitor your blood pressure as well as other risk factors. To national news now, we're getting our first look at the man suspected of attacking Paul Pelosi, the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. This is 42-year-old David DePapi, who's expected to be arraigned Tuesday. Now, DePapi is accused of breaking into the Pelosi's San Francisco home yesterday morning before attacking Mr. Pelosi with a hammer. Speaker Pelosi was in Washington at the time, with the source saying the suspect shouted, "Where's Nancy?" saying he was going to wait there until she got home.
It was obviously a targeted attack, and they were looking for Speaker Pelosi. Whether you do or don't agree with her politics, there's no room for any of this in our society or in this city or in this country.
Paul Pelosi underwent surgery for a skull fracture and is luckily expected to make a full recovery. Across the globe, some international news tonight, as 146 people are reported dead, with hundreds of others hurt, stemming from a stampede during Halloween festivities in South Korea. A massive death toll is being tallied after people were crushed by a large crowd pushing forward in a narrow alley in a major leisure and nightlife district in the capital. A Seoul fire chief said most of the people reported dead and injured were young adults, mostly in their 20s. One witness describes the overflow of people as a crowd crush, where people just simply didn't have any room to breathe.
And I saw the people going to the left side, and I actually saw the person getting to the opposite side. So actually the person in the middle, they got jammed, and they have no way to communicate, and they cannot breathe.
It's estimated that more than 100,000 people gathered for the country's largest outdoor Halloween festivities since the beginning of the pandemic. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, costume parties are in full force tonight ahead of Halloween. What some bars in Milwaukee are asking you don't wear if you wish to attend. That story's still ahead. And tonight at 10, local veterans returning from a day visit to Washington, D.C. to see some of the monuments honoring their service to our country.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is now hiring experienced plumbers. Come work for a Family First award-winning company and enjoy union pay and benefits. Apply online today. Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, your trusted partner since 1977.
It was Halloween. My daughter stopped at 3 homes, her girlfriend's house, her teacher's house, and the man that murdered her. He molested her and he put her in a garbage bag. He was going to be released in 2018. Josh called. He was not there for me at all. You want some help to find out what's going on, and he doesn't help. He don't care about the victims. I know Eric Toney does. Eric Toney helped keep that man that murdered my daughter from being released. Eric Toney's always been there for me, and that's the kind of attorney general we need.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
For Clinton Anderson, our community is his top priority. He's delivered for middle-class families on the Beloit City Council, and he'll keep fighting to lower costs for us in the Assembly. Jeff Klett's priorities are all wrong. He supports dismantling our public schools, wants to slash community services to give tax breaks to his billionaire backers, and he'll vote with extreme Republicans to enforce Wisconsin's abortion ban, which could send doctors to prison. We can't afford Jeff Klett.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is now hiring experienced plumbers. Come work for a Family First award-winning company and enjoy union pay and benefits. Apply online today. Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, your trusted partner since 1977.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Tonight, police in Verona are continuing their search for a man who hasn't been seen since Monday evening. 51-year-old John Ramsier was last seen in the area of Melody Circle and Melody Lane. Now, it's believed he may be on foot or bicycle. He's about 5'11" and weighs around 170 pounds and is bald and wears eyeglasses. If you've seen John, you're asked to give Verona police a call. The number to call is right there on your screen. Some bars in Milwaukee are banning Jeffrey Dahmer Halloween costumes this weekend. The serial killer took the lives of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1919. Caroline Reinwald reports on those trying to educate people who don't know the trauma Dahmer has caused.
Ahead of Halloween festivities, management at DIX Milwaukee is warning customers one costume will not be tolerated.
We understand that there's a generation out there that did not live this situation. They may not understand the severity of how it affected the community.
Promoting their Saturday Halloween party and costume contest, DIX also posted on Facebook, please, no Jeffrey Dahmer costumes.
We just don't want to really put our patrons in a situation where they would have to see something or relive something that they had to truly experience.
A traumatizing time the LGBTQ+ community lived through. Dahmer killed 17 men and boys, most of them in Milwaukee. Authorities say he met many of his victims in gay bars in Walker's Point.
DIX here in Walker's Point isn't the only bar sending this message. Another bar downtown is also warning their customers not to show up in a Dahmer costume.
The bar This Is It also posted their own Dahmer costume ban on Facebook, telling 12 News it's been getting phone calls ever since the Netflix series aired, adding such hateful and disrespectful costumes will not be allowed in our space.
It really kind of infuriates me. It's just like really one, we shouldn't even be having to have this conversation.
Last week, Dahmer costumes that were for sale on eBay were pulled by the website, but the company official is saying it violated eBay's violence and violent criminal policy. Still ahead at 6, there's a Halloween warning you've probably never considered. Coming up, we'll share tips on how parents can keep kids safe while taking them trick-or-treating. We'll be right back on News 3 Now. And stay with us. Gary's back with your forecast just ahead.
He pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. That was me a couple of years ago when I first tried Plexiderm. So I have these forehead lines. They're really deep set. They're hereditary. I've had them for years. And a couple of years ago, I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Really, there are no other options. Plexiderm is the only thing that works. So after that video shoot, I was just walking home through Manhattan, smiling, thinking, wow, I look really cool. I look really young. And I think it just exuded this confidence. It was life-changing. It was the best decision I ever made. Still using it.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, I look 20 years younger than I did before. And that's so super important because my whole life is about health, fitness, feeling good, and looking good. And first chance I really got to look how I feel inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under-eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Listen up, parents. There's a Halloween warning that's not always talked about. Your child's bulky or puffy costume could pose a serious safety hazard when they're riding in a car seat. Elliot Weiler explains how to keep your child safe from this and other Halloween costume dangers.
Candy, haunted houses, ghoulish costumes. It's Halloween, and kids just want to have fun. But Consumer Reports warns there might be a real-life scare inside of your car. Bulky or puffy costumes might cause your child's car seat harness to not fit correctly, which means it might not offer optimal protection in a crash.
Philip has this nice puffy costume with fake muscles. We don't want to wear puffy costumes underneath our car seat harness because doing that can add additional room to the harness in the event of a crash. And that additional room in the harness will now make it so that there's more room for the child to move during the crash and potentially move outside the protection of their car seat.
Consumer Reports advice, have your little ghoul or goblin change into their costumes after they get to the party. If your child is a little older and plans on trick-or-treating, make sure he or she can see and be seen. Children are more than twice as likely to be hit and killed by a car on Halloween than any other day of the year. To be safer, avoid masks that block vision and consider face painting instead. And if you are driving on Halloween, always watch out for children as you enter and exit driveways and alleys.
Oh no, Mommy.
A hand-me-down costume is a great money saver, but if it's too big, your child could trip, so adjust it for a proper fit. And don't forget about reflective tape. Add it to costumes and bags, or give them glow sticks so they can more easily be seen even on the darkest and spookiest of Halloween nights. This is Elliot Weiler.
Another tip, while kids are out trick-or-treating, experts say parents should make sure their children always stay on sidewalks instead of walking between cars or on lawns, as there could be a hazard for tripping. Let's take a look now at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, everybody's wondering what the forecast is like for Halloween, and the trick-or-treat forecast looking pretty good this year. In the past, we've had cool temperatures for the most part, but we're looking for some clouds in the morning. By the time the kids are heading out trick-or-treating, temperatures in the lower 60s by about 4 p.m. p.m. with some sunshine starting to appear. In fact, looking at the trick-or-treat forecast itself, 4 p.m. when the trick-or-treaters start heading out, 63 degrees with partly sunny skies, partly cloudy, and still near 60 around 6 p.m. and then toward the end of trick-or-treating around 8 p.m. Mostly clear skies and comfortable conditions, temperatures in the middle 50s. So it should be a great Halloween this year across southern Wisconsin. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. The mild weather will continue. High temperatures, lower 60s for tomorrow and Monday, but we're looking at highs in the upper 60s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Also will be dry. There's an outside chance of a shower southeast of Madison tomorrow night. I think most areas will stay dry. Otherwise, we're dry through Thursday before showers and thunderstorms arrive on Friday, and then some shower chances Sunday and Monday of next weekend and into the start of the following week. High temperature trend over the next 10 days. Average high temperature goes from 53 down to 49. Take a look where our temperatures are. We start November with highs near 70 degrees for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then drop back into the upper 50s for next weekend, and then a little cooler after that by Tuesday. Temperatures back to around average for this time of year, and that is Election Day. As we check out Doppler track, not a drop of rain anywhere across the upper Midwest. As we look at weather track across the country, you can see a weather system to our south that's been bringing some showers and thunderstorms, even a couple of tornadoes down around New Orleans. But the northern edge of this cloud shield now starting to head towards southern Wisconsin. There's an outside chance that a couple of showers could skim by to our south and east tomorrow night as this weather system passes by. But right now, it's trying to butt up against high pressure located across much of the northern part of the country. So that's just acting as a block and really not letting these clouds come forward. But eventually the clouds will win out. We'll see more clouds for tomorrow. You can see the showers down by St. Louis, so they have a ways to go before they even get close to Wisconsin. The air is pretty dry here. Right now, skies are mainly clear. Temperatures pretty comfortable, mid-50s to around 60 degrees, and those temperatures will be a little warmer over the next couple of days. Look for a low tonight, 40 degrees in Madison, 41 in Monona, 41 in Oregon. Clear skies this evening will turn cloudy overnight across the rest of southern Wisconsin. Low 40 in Janesville, 42 in Monroe, 42 degrees in Platteville. Not looking for any rain tonight or during the day tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a mostly cloudy day, but it'll still be mild. High temperature at 62. If there is a shower chance, it's going to be late tomorrow night, mainly southeast of Madison. Most areas will stay dry. And then, like I said, for Halloween, Monday, we'll see a high of 63. Clouds in the morning, more sunshine in the afternoon. Highs near 70 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then as we head into Friday, a cold front comes through with some showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm or two. Highs in the lower 60s, upper 50s for next weekend. Shower chances, slight shower chance Saturday, better shower chances Sunday and Monday. And then Election Day right now looking dry with high temperatures in the upper 40s. So pretty comfortable overall. And even Election Day, it's good not to have rain in the forecast for that too.
Starting November with high 60s. Is that normal for Madison? I've never had it.
That's about 20 degrees above average, so don't get used to it.
I thought last week was the week I had to appreciate it, and it just keeps coming. Usually it's the fake spring, but they don't really fake us with fall.
We'll make up for it somewhere down the line.
Oh, I don't want to. Thanks, Gary. Okay. Still ahead, Wisconsin's women's hockey snapping its win streak, but are they able to bounce back? Jordan recaps this afternoon's game next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go! It's time to bust out your favorite flannel and join us at Flannel Fest, an evening of music to benefit the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, Saturday, November 5th at Funk's Pub in Fitchburg, featuring the 4 on the Floor. Sometimes I think about it at night. The Mascot Theory, Beth Killy Band, Bascom Hill, and Natural Satellite. Tickets and info available at flannelfest.com. Flannelfest, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund.
Jurassic Quest is back and bigger than ever. Celebrate Halloween weekend at Jurassic Quest. Come dressed in your favorite costume for a chance to win a prize. And join us for Trick or Treat. Open now through Sunday in Madison. Buy tickets in advance for best selection at JurassicQuest.com.
I'll never forget January 6th, watching my fellow law enforcement officers defending the Capitol, defending our freedoms, defending democracy. And then 5 officers died. But Ron Johnson is making excuses for rioters who tried to overthrow our government, even calling them peaceful protests. Johnson defended Donald Trump's lies and even supported efforts to make it harder for some people to vote at all. Senator Johnson's just not for us.
And Citizens United is responsible for the content of this ad.
As Campaign 2022 approaches the finish line, News 3 Now presents a special midterm election preview.
We're spotlighting key races and issues, fact-checking candidates, and hearing the voices of voters in battleground Wisconsin.
Saturday, November 5th at 7 p.m.
Hockey team saw its 9-game win streak come to an end yesterday as Minnesota Duluth took Game 1 of its series in overtime. While the border battle continues and Wisconsin gets it started just 3 minutes in. On the power play, Caroline Harvey lights the lamp. Now for every lead in this game, there's going to be a response. Duluth ends up leading 2-1 in the second period, while Lacey Eden says, wait, not so fast. She's going to net the equalizer. That's her 10th goal of the season. Now this tie holds until just before second intermission when Harvey strikes again. Her second goal of the game for the lead. The Badgers hold on and win 4-3 to split the series. Top 10 border battle at the UW Fieldhouse tonight. Wisconsin and Minnesota are currently in the third set. The Badgers took the first 2. We're going to have highlights tonight at 10. Section champ Saturday. In Division II boys soccer, Oregon facing off with Monona Grove right out of the gate. Mason Dierks finds the far post to put the Panthers up 1-0 just 2 minutes in. And Oregon is far from over. A free kick right outside the box sets up Casey Schonecker for an easy tap in to the back of the net. The Panthers score their first 5 goals just 15 minutes in. And it's hard to catch that lead. They're going to punch their ticket to state with a 6-0 win. Down in Division III, McFarland hosting Wisconsin Dells for a shot at state. With everything on the line, this one ends up being a gritty defensive battle. It's scoreless until the 56th minute, and Manroop Benapal breaks the stalemate. Dells with a 1-0 lead, and the Spartans, they're not backing down. Corner kick and Rowan Wagner is going to come up with the header to tie this game up. Score holds through regulation, through the first overtime, where the Chiefs end up getting it done. They move on with a 2-1 win. It's almost tournament time for the Badger women's soccer team, and one of the best parts is they get to open the postseason on their home turf. In less than 24 hours, they're going to face Penn State in the Big Ten quarterfinals, a team they got shut out by a few weeks ago. But ending the regular season with a dominant win over Nebraska, that allowed them to lock up home field advantage. That's given the squad the right momentum heading into the postseason.
In this game, they figured out how to do it. They figured out how they were going to be effective. And so I think it just kind of gives them a little bit more confidence moving forward to the next couple games that they've figured a pattern or a method to be able to be successful. So it's exciting to see them carry it on to the next game here.
And Whitewater football able to bounce back from last week's upset. They win a close one on homecoming, beating River Falls 30-27.
All right, Gary, let's get one final look at our Halloween forecast. You know, it's still a few days, but as a kid, I was counting down the hours, so I know they are too.
Well, right now, looking pretty nice out there. There's a live view from the Quebe Radio Skycam. A little sliver of moon out there. Temperatures right now still pretty mild, around 50 in Madison. Upper 50s, upper 40s to around 50 degrees through most of Dane County. Look for more clouds for tomorrow. High temperature topping out at around 63 degrees.
All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here again at 10.